Good evening. Back in the man cave. This evening we're going to carry on from where we left off last time. Tonight it's about breaking bad habits. Back in a moment. So, cheers. It's great to be back, and only got one thumbs down last time, so I thought I'd come out and do it again. Very special today. Very special day today. It's the first day of the Masters, 2018, in case you're watching this a couple of years later. Could be a great event. We're looking at the comeback kids. So Tiger Woods is coming back. Rory McIlroy, Ian Poulter even just managed to scrape in by winning a tournament last week. So we don't know what those guys are going to do. It'd be great if Tiger were to come up with something special this week. We've got obviously the guys at the top of every leaderboard, whether it be Justin Thomas, Dustin Johnson, or whoever, Henrik Stenson. These guys are all playing great golf, so I've got no idea who's going to win it this year, and I can't wait to watch it. Hope it's not going to kind of let us down because of all the excitement. That's not the reason I'm here today. The idea this evening is to kind of build on what I was talking about last time. And if you remember, or if you don't remember, then you can watch the video again. But if you did watch the video and you just want to carry on, then what I was talking about was separating your ability to learn a movement, learn the technical part of a movement, and then call the technical part of the movement up when you go on the round. So what I don't really want my students to do is think about their hips or their shoulders when they're hitting a golf ball. I want them to be thinking about the target, what the golf ball's supposed to be doing, and virtually nothing else. Now that's all well and good saying it, but it's not very easy to do. And the reason it's not easy to do is because you are a creature of habit. The human being is a creature of habit, and the reason for this is basically an automation of your everyday. What actually is happening is your brain is making associations. It's associating situations with responses. And these responses could be physical responses, emotional responses, thought responses, could be anything. But in the case of a golf swing, what it means is you get in a certain position, you're reminded that you're playing golf, and your golf swing is called up from your unconscious. When you get then on a golf course this year, having spent 6 weeks training your new golf swing, unfortunately you can't take it for granted that the new golf swing is going to come instead of the old. In fact, a lot of people are very disappointed when they go on the round after spending hours on the driving range that they just seem to be making the same bad shots they did before. And this could have an awful lot to do with just habit. You've got to remember that when you're on a golf course, your unconscious is basically looking for, what am I supposed to do here? And you'll be reminded to start off with what you did last time you were on a golf course. And that way there is a very good chance of you making your old swing. I know a lot of people talk about it being the old swing doesn't work anymore and the new swing doesn't work, as if they were going to overlap themselves in your unconscious, and or you were going to write over the old swing with the new swing, and the brain doesn't really work like that. What you learn actually are movements, abilities to make movements, and you can call those up at will. The trick is to call the right ability up at the right time. So when you go on the round and you're playing the same course you played last year, then your unconscious is reminded of what you did last year. When you're playing with the same guys you played with last year, you're going to be reminded of the old swing. And if the out of bounds is in exactly the same place as it was last year, then guess where the golf ball's going? So the question obviously is, how do you stop that? Well, the first thing is, maybe if I to simplify it, to think about what is actually happening in your brain when you learn a new movement. Imagine Microsoft in their wisdom would decide to download Word 2018 onto your hard drive tonight, and tomorrow morning you open your computer and you click on the thumbnail for Word 2016. 2016 will run. The program word 2016 is still on the hard drive, and that's what will happen because that is associated with the thumbnail. If there isn't another thumbnail, or the thumbnail is very similar, then there's always a chance of you hitting the wrong thumbnail and the old program going. So to simplify the idea, you've got to create a new thumbnail for the new program. So if you've got a new swing, you need new associations to call up that swing. Now, when you're practicing, you can do that kind of short term in that you make a couple of exercises of what it is you're wanting to do and then hit one, tops 2 balls, and then go back a couple of exercises, a couple of balls. But obviously you can't do this on the golf course. And I don't want you to, because there's a great chance then that you're going to be thinking about swing technique again. What I really want you to do is basically change your pre-shot routine. The pre-shot routine is the key to your new golf swing. And your new golf swing, however, is not totally different to your old golf swing, and your new pre-shot routine could be very similar to your old pre-shot routine. So you've got to make some radical changes to your pre-shot routine. So if you don't have one, welcome to a pre-shot routine. If you haven't got one at all, here's a link which will show you my pre-shot routine and how I do it. But if you're looking really to get a pre-shot routine going, and you usually have one, then you've got to make some changes. And in the coming weeks, I'll come back down here and give you some good mental tricks that I think you should be building into your pre-shot routine, which will probably be something you've never done before, and therefore that's a good place to start. If you can stand up in front of the golf ball with a totally new thought in your head, then your brain will not automatically associate it with something you did last week or last month or last year. If you can start to use visualization of ball flight or target, start to convince yourself of success in a way that you've never done before, then these are things which remind your brain to do the new movement. And especially if you can do that on the driving range, associate the new movement with hitting golf balls with this positive mental attitude and with this new routine. The idea then is when you get on the golf course and you're playing with your old buddies and they keep reminding you of what you do wrong, then you can basically leave them, go into your routine, concentrate solely on your routine, and your unconscious will do exactly the same thing as it was doing on the driving range. Because for the unconscious mind, all it's trying to do is to automate. It's trying to see, this is a situation I've been in before, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing as I did last time. And that is basically all that habit is. So the problem is breaking old habits. Old habits are associated to old situations. Old habits are associated to people you knew, holes you know, courses you know. But new habits, in order to function in the same situations as the old habits did, you need some kind of radical changes. And you've really got to get to the point where maybe you just stand further behind the ball, closer to the ball, you leave out the practice swing, you're thinking positive, you go more into the visualization, you get some kind of a breathing technique involved, but you're going to have to find some way of doing it differently. Now, that was a little bit quicker than last time. I hope you liked it, but obviously, you know, there's a small tournament that I want to watch, and there's a gin and tonic that I haven't finished yet. Cheers. So, if you come back next time, I'll give you a couple of ideas of what you can build into your pre-shot routine to make it better. As ever, hit the like button if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget the little bell. That'll give you notifications next time I'm here. As ever, I'm trying to move on my PDF for just 99 cents. That way you can support the channel. There should be a little button up here for you to press. Get in front of the television yourself, watch the final couple of days, enjoy it. Maybe you can learn a thing or two, and I look forward to seeing you.